We all feel a bit nervous or anxious from time to time, but it usually only happens on certain occasions, like during potentially awkward situations, such as a first date, or on a job interview. Sadly, for many of us, nerves and anxieties can develop into full-blown panic attacks, which can be truly overwhelming and make it difficult to lead a normal life. A panic attack can feel like your body is literally attacking you. Your chest can hurt, you can have trouble breathing, and your heart can race. It can be absolutely terrifying. There are many different methods for controlling a panic attack and anxiety disorders, but many of them involve little more than homegrown preventions, old wives' tales, if you will, or even extreme medication. Sometimes these methods can be effective, but much of the time they simply aren't. If panic attacks and general anxiety are stopping you from living the life you want, then we have something just for you. A new way to completely cure yourself of these horrible ailments. And the best thing is that its success is 100% guaranteed. You might not have heard of Charles Linden, although you might have read about his successes in Vogue or the Daily Mail, or perhaps seen it on ITV. After developing severe anxiety, which led to some debilitating panic attacks, Charles did what most of us would do and spoke to his doctor.
My doctor misdiagnosed me as depressed, and in the quick-fix way that so often happens, he immediately prescribed diazepam and marked my medical notes hypochondriac. If I had known then what I know now, I would have never gone to his surgery that day.
Charles was not suffering from depression. He was afflicted with an anxiety disorder that was taking over his whole life. But since the problem was not being correctly addressed, things got much worse.
I had 5 years of diazepam addiction, Stezoline, Prozac, Zispin, and other antidepressants. I found myself very overweight, with acute anxiety, multiple medication addictions, food intolerance, extreme panic attacks, up to 10 a day, depersonalization, derealization, and agoraphobic to the extreme. I had visited every kind of specialist, quack, herbalist, alternative therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, and dietitian that exist, and none had given me a spark of hope, although they all took huge amounts of money from me.
Like many sufferers, Charles was unable to make any progress using traditional methods, so he developed his own. It was a simple and straightforward way of approaching the problem, and it worked. Charles approached his recovery with one key fact in mind. He was not ill, he was not physically or mentally ill, and neither is anyone else who suffers from anxiety. Anxiety and panic attacks are simply the body's natural response to certain situations, and because it's a natural response, it can be managed with the Linden method.
The Linden method is an approach that's almost revolutionary in its simplicity. I can show you how to stop anxiety and panic attacks from happening. More than 148,000 people can now proudly call themselves ex-sufferers, thanks to my method. If we don't cure you, then we don't want your money. And of course, I wouldn't say that if I didn't know I could help.
Charles Linden can help you take back your life. He's helped thousands of people, and he can help you. Click the link below for more information.